strong. He was a difficult guy to beat, and his reach, and but his skills today really just like blew me away. Blew me away.
Chair for me so I can sit down.
That was beautiful to watch, and you could just see he had like fun in there. He really enjoyed it. I think there's I mean, this is like a bit overplayed. I mean, Sean Porter, I'm sure, has no problem fighting Errol Spence, and Lord is Keith Thurman. I mean, I know those guys. I promoted those guys for many, many years. So I know those guys are not afraid to fight Errol Spence. So whoever says different doesn't really know them. So they have no problem. I mean, they want to get paid. I mean, they're gonna have to work out the right deal for whoever it is. But those fights are gonna happen. I have no question about it. And for Manny Pacquiao, I mean, Spence is a difficult fight, but Herman is not an easy fight either. It's a difficult fight too. So, so it's not like all these fights are not easy, and you don't know who's going to win. Usually I could tell you, I would give you some sort of like an estimate, because what we've done in the past, like with HBO, with Showtime, we had actually fights we could compare it to. Based on like where do we stand on Wednesday, how many people have ordered it already, and then Thursday and then Friday and so on. So you sort of like see a trend. But since this was Fox's first pay-per-view, we don't have that comparison. We just know that it's going to be much bigger than we initially anticipated, and I think it is much bigger because the gate did very well. The movie theaters reported record numbers. The bars and restaurants, they did very well in all markets, in the urban markets, in the Anglo markets, and the Mexican markets. And we saw the kind of ratings Fox was generating for their shoulder program. So now the question is, do these ratings in the shoulder programs, do all these commercials they ran, all these promotions they did, does that convert to buys? And that I can tell you. And anybody who tells you on a Saturday night after the fight that they have some indications about what the numbers are, they're lying. Because we're not going to know. We're probably going to get some indications maybe next Wednesday, Thursday from like the digital platforms. And the cables usually takes like a week to 10 days.
Richard, let me ask you, Mikey Garcia was, he fights for legacy. He was attempting to become a five-divisional champion. It's no secret he took the hardest way as far as fighting Spence. Do you feel that if he were to stay at 147 pounds, do you feel that he has better chances as far as being Vernon, Pac-Man, Crawford, and making his dream come true?
I think that's an excellent question, because you're right. He didn't just move up and sort of like handpick a title to say, oh, I'm a five-division world title holder. He moved up to face and challenge the most difficult, most dangerous, undefeated fighter at 147 pounds. So I think for that alone, he deserves a tremendous amount of respect. And I think that's a question you're going to need to ask him. If you would ask, if Mikey would ask my advice, I would probably think he should go back down to 140, even if he can, 135, because I think there are fights that can be made, attractive fights in those weight classes that can be made as well, big fights, and I think this is like one of those moments. He dared to be great. It didn't work, and now, we move on. Radio Rahim. All good? You're very quiet tonight. Okay, sorry. You want to say anything, Britt? She did just an unbelievable job. I mean, Tom and TGB, I mean, they're like by far the busiest team. Like from one weekend to the other, they like, you're going to be on the road again, right? Exactly, it's amazing. No, great job, very well done. It's not easy, you know, to have a card like this with all the logistics and all the people coming in. You saw the lineup of the world champions which were here. I mean, these fighters, everybody was here. Somebody's got to coordinate all of these details. There's so much work. So Brittany has an unbelievable staff and team and directs them, and you know, make sure that everything runs smooth. And I mean, whether if it's from the medicals and of course, I mean, it's just unbelievable. So really, let's give it up for her. Great job. Any other questions?
Smash the like button, man.
Where do we
got
stand?
400
Anybody
people
check
here.
on,
We only have 60
are they here?
likes. Smash the like button, man.
Who, Spence, okay, perfect.
Pacquiao's last fight was on Showtime pay-per-view,
Yeah.
and Spence was on Fox pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Who would be more likely to get Pacquiao Spence? What do you think?
Well, you know, that's really a sort of like a question we have to discuss with PBC and with Al as well. I think, you know, there's some fights going to Showtime, some fights are going to Fox. There's so many. PBC is really the dominant player when it comes to boxing. You see the number of shows they do. I just talked about it. The number of champions they have. So there's definitely enough attractive matchups to satisfy the Fox audience, but satisfy the Showtime audience as well. And I think the same it holds true for pay-per-views. You're going to see some of those pay-per-views on Showtime. Showtime has a tremendous pay-per-view staff. I mean, remember, we broke these records with Showtime. So Showtime pay-per-view knows what they're doing. They have a great team. And I think with Fox, you know, they have a great team, and that was the first one. I mean, what they say, first impressions matter. Whoa, what a first impression Fox made. I mean, the production, everything, the shoulder programming. I mean, it's just. I was there, the cameras, you know, these different cameras, and I'm sure I haven't seen it yet, but I'm sure the experience to watch it at home. Fox knows how to put on big events. Fox puts on the Super Bowl, and to have a network which puts on the Super Bowl, to put on these super fights. I mean, how great for the sport is that? That is what elevates the sport. That is what makes boxing a mainstream sport again, when you have a free over-the-air network on board. Because you saw that, like, you know, like the Ray Mancini was here and some of the other old greats. Those guys, they all fought on free network television. That is what made them. And now, that was like, I don't know, 30 years ago, and now we have it again with Fox. And with ESPN as well. I mean, ESPN does a great job as well. I mean, to have ESPN for boxing, the coverage they give, to have Fox, I mean, it's unbelievable. It's the best time to be in boxing.
Richard, did we get the official numbers on the attendance yet?
Yeah, do you have them? As I said, it looked like 47.
Wow. Amazing.
Pretty good.
Brett, say it in the mic.
In the mic.
They didn't hear it in the back.
Yeah. The number.
47,525. 525.
Richard, one question for you. As far as the Fox network, I mean, right now, you know, college football, the NFL, I mean, it's key for Fox. Do you think that with, you know, August, July, I mean, August all the way to December, pretty much dominated by football, do you feel that boxing will take advantage in certain slots to get more exposure, especially from, you know, the NFL fans and, you know, convert everything together?
Yeah, absolutely. No, I think that's the beauty that they have other great, they're Fox, and they can use those as lead-ins. And so this is absolutely perfect. I mean, that's what you see. That's you follow that up with boxing. You have a great lead-in. So that is the beauty of Fox. Yeah. That's a disadvantage Showtime, for example, doesn't have. You know, they bang, there's boxing, and you need to hope that the sports fans are going to watch. But with Fox, if you have college football or other sports games and use that as a lead-in, and use the lead-in to promote, and you run commercials. By the way, for pay-per-view as well. Imagine if you can use those college games to promote a pay-per-view event.
Richard,
Yeah.
heavyweights. What do you think about a fight between F.A. Jebe and Joe Joyce?
Oh, I love
Something
it.
like that.
I love it, but I'm not going to do that because I have both. It's not yet, but eventually,
Smash the
yes.
like
But
button,
I mean,
man.
come on, there are
900
two
people here.
Olympians.
We don't even have
Both of
200
them are
likes.
doing
Smash
very
the
well.
like button
And
right
so
now,
eventually
man.
that's going to happen.
Get the likes
but
up
come
to
on,
700.
You've got to wait a little bit.
Smash the like button now, man. You didn't
But I
smash
have
it.
Tony Yoka
Smash
as
it,
well,
man.
Olympic gold medalist. So eventually I'd like to do the final of the Olympics, which was Joyce and Yoka won the gold medal in Rio. I'd like to do that rematch in the pros, but you know, you want to make it at the point when there's going to be the money there.
Right.
Well, you know, he has a great manager, and that's Shelly Finkel. He's with Al Heyman as well. So Shelly has an amazing eye for talent, particularly in the heavyweight division. So we're going to, you know, we're going to take our time, but you know, step him up. I think he's going to be coming back on May 18th, and I think Joe Joyce is going to come back on May 18th as well. They're coming. Both fighters are coming. Oh, great. Okay. Hey boys, come and help. No, my boys are coming, hold on. They're not boys anymore, young men. I call them boys. They're always gonna be boys, right? Yeah. But the heavyweight, you're absolutely right, and you get some questions for the heavyweights. What a great time for the heavyweights. I haven't seen it like that. So there's some great current champions, but some great young talent coming up as well. They were trying to leave. But you can't escape Kelly Swanson. Or you, exactly. You're going to get him back, right? Well, there he is, the new pound-for-pound champion, Errol Spence. As I said, that fight tonight, with your size and your strength, you won it with your skills. That was the most impressive display of skills I have ever seen, and I've seen a lot of big fights and big fighters. That was really record-breaking. You deserve to be crowned as pound for pound the best fighter in the world. That's what you are. And you have an unbelievable future ahead of you. Dallas, Texas, the US, the world can be happy to have somebody like you. And I said to the media before, your era has started. It's the Spence era. The Mayweather era has stopped, has ended. It's your time now. It's your era. And there's so many great fights for you out there. And let's go and get them all. Give it up for the IBF welcoming world champion.
Thank everybody for being here. You know, it's been a long training camp, been frustrated, you know, just me. Everybody know I'm like a low-key guy, so I don't really, you know, talk to a lot of media, or if I have a fight come up, you're not going to see me, or you might just see me at a fight or things like that, but, you know, I'm not on the scene like that, and, you know, it was kind of hard for me because it's something new, trying to sell these pay-per-view buys, because, you know, you got to be more outspoken. You gotta, you know, you got a lot of press obligations. You gotta go out of town and things like that. You know, that was kind of frustrating, especially in the last week of training camp when you trying to make weight and they got you, you know, keep coming to the stadium, doing this, doing this, doing this, doing that. You know, it just got frustrated. So even at the press conference, I lashed out a lot. And there's a lot of people, you know, a lot of so-called experts was writing me off saying, you know, Mikey's a smarter boxer, you know, or I can't box, I can't do this, I can't do that. So, you know, tonight I just wanted to show that, you know, I do have, you know, boxing ability. I can box. I can use my jab. You know, I do have high boxing IQ. You know, it's not, you know, it's a reason why, you know, I was an Olympian and had over 30 international competitions and had success on the international level as an amateur. So I just wanted to prove that tonight. And, you know, I think I did that. I did hear that that they was planning on stopping the fight. His brother was, but you know, Mikey wanted to keep going. You know, Mikey has a lot of heart. You know, I think he prided himself on being, you know, a tough, you know, Mexican fighter. You know, they're born and bred just for, you know, big hearts. So you know, he didn't want to stop it. And I was kind of surprised he was taking the shots, but then again, you know, he's a veteran. You know, he done sparred, you know, since a little kid with, you know, top guys. You know, Evan Valero and, you know, other guys. So I knew that, you know, he has good composure, has good fundamentals, and he has good ability. So his defense was on point. So a lot of shots, you know, he started picking off, and I think, you know, in the later rounds he kind of went in, you know, survival mode and kept just doing enough just to, you know, stand the fight a little bit.
Errol, good afternoon. Congratulations. This is your official coronation as the best boxer in the world, pay-per-view star going forward. How do you rate Mikey now as far as all the opponents that you have faced overall now in your professional career? What do you rate him as far as difficulty?
I feel like he wasn't difficult at all. You know, I got to credit my coach. You know, just, you know, great game plan. Like, you know, I told people that, you know, they were going to see a different side of me. You know, they were going to see a guy that, you know, did have high boxing IQ. I just felt insulted, you know, just throughout the whole training camp where people were saying that he was smarter than me, and I felt insulted that, you know, a lot of these reporters here was agreeing with him. And, you know, a lot of these, you know, Hall of Fame fighters like Sugar Ray Leonard and other guys was, you know, going for Mikey Garcia when, you know, his own ethnic group was going for him. And top guys like Marquez and other people like that, Marco Antonio Barrero was going for Mikey Garcia, but you got guys like Ray Leonard and Mike Tyson, you know, going for Mikey Garcia or saying Mikey Garcia was gonna win. So, you know, that kind of rubbed me wrong too. But, you know, I rate Mikey. Mikey's still good, man. Mikey still can go down. He's a great fighter. He showed a lot of heart, you know, just for taking this fight and staying in the fight too. So, you know, it's nothing but respect for Mikey Garcia. You know, I just felt, you know, throughout the whole, you know, press tour, things like that, it was a little bit too arrogant.
Congratulations, Errol. The game plan was so simple, you know, it was almost like a 1-2 the entire night. When you first started to break him down, did you see that right away, or was it something that you worked with Derek on in training camp and kind of watching film, you know, came up with that?
It's something we worked on. You know, it just naturally, I had the longer reach, so, I mean, the fastest way to get to your opponent is with a straight punch, you know, so it's the jab. And that's my lead hand. So we wanted to work off the jab. I've been having a great jab, and we wanted to work off the jab and then break them down from there. So that's what we did. And a lot of times, like, a lot of people don't understand, like, with game, if you watch Mikey Garcia, like, a lot of times he jump in with his punches, or he loads up with his right hand. So an easy step back with a jab can offset that. And that's something that, you know, we just break down and just learned in camp. And, you know, my coach made it to my attention. And, you know, we just followed the game plan. It worked out well.
Errol, was there anything about this fight that did concern you? Like you talked about Mikey being so confident or arrogant. Did it at all, you know, create any kind of doubts in you about what this fight was going to be?
It didn't concern me at all. It actually put a chip on my shoulder. If he wasn't so arrogant, he probably might have caught me off guard a little bit. But, you know, with his arrogance and, you know, his brother and, you know, his brothers and everybody else, and I watch everything on YouTube when I'm fighting my opponent, so when I see people, you know, saying different things and how they're gonna beat me easy, he has more power than me, he's stronger than me, he's faster than me, his footwork's better than me, his boxing IQ better than me. You know, he put a big chip on my shoulder. He made me really lock in training camp and, you know, do what I did, you know, basically, you know, outclass him.
And similarly, you get Manny Pacquiao to step in the ring, and basically he's a 10 years older version of Mikey Garcia. So can you honestly say, knowing what you know about your own skill, that would be a competitive, good fight?
Well, it's definitely a competitive fight. Like I said, Manny Pacquiao, he's blood and guts. So that'd definitely be a great fight. He's a future Hall of Famer, and he's on his way out, and I definitely give him that retirement check that he didn't need.
Mr. Spence, congratulations on your victory tonight. I'd like to know, I'm probably one of the few in here that gave Garcia the second and the third round. Coming into the fourth round, it seemed like you exhibited all that pissed offness that you shared, and then just went to destroying this guy. What was different coming out from the third round to the fourth round?
I'm just working off the game plan. I mean, we wanted to fill him out through the rounds and, you know, see how he was going to come. And then the fourth round, I feel like I could get him.
What fight was he
So I
watching?
didn't get him the fourth round, so I, you know, went back to throwing my jab and picking him off. And then I tried to go get him again.
Bro.
And, you know, I just couldn't get him out of there.
gave
So,
Mikey a second round
you know,
just
so,
because. So you know what? Just
I
take
tried to
that.
press on the gas, but, you know, it wasn't a man down tonight.
Was a beat down.
You really trying to put it to him?
Was a beat down.
Sweep.
Yeah, I was trying to stop him with either his corner to stop the fight, but they wasn't budging. I was like, damn.
Errol right here. Congratulations, tremendous performance from you tonight. If you can't get Manny Pacquiao, and you know he says he's going to fight in July. I'm not sure if he'll fight you or somebody else.
I'm ready in July.
You're ready in July? All right. Well, if you can't get Manny Pacquiao, and it's obviously it's going to be probably more his call than
We
necessarily.
smoke Sean too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I smoke Sean too.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to ask you. So, if you can't get Manny next, is it Porter that you want? Is it Thurman
Oh,
that you want?
definitely. I went in the ring and called out Sean Porter when he fought Danny Garcia. He said it was an easy fight to be made, and then next thing you know, he's fighting his mandatory. So I mean, Garcia is a tough fighter. He's a great Cuban fighter, but you know he could have bypassed that and you know unified, but you know he didn't want that. So I fought Mikey Garcia, which you know turned out to be good. So you know, Manny Pacquiao don't want to fight, then you know I get him that smoke that he been asking for. Errol said we're not fighting in 2020, so I don't know about Thurman.
Hey, Errol, pretty steady for time now. Just think back, you know, what you've gone through. It could be now the best boxer in fighting, best pound for pound boxer in fighting. What's your thoughts on just where you've come and where you are now?
I'm just humble, man. It's been a lot of, you know, hard work and a lot of sacrifice and a lot of times, you know, running by myself and, you know, just going to the gym with my dad. And, you know, for me, you know, I give, you know, my mom and my dad, you know, all the glory for me being up here because, you know, before, you know, I had any potential at all, you know, my dad was bringing me to the gym, coming home from work, you know, tired, you know, driving trucks all night, and then coming home from work and taking me to the gym and, you know, basically taking me all over international tournaments and buying hotels and rental cars and, you know, investing his time and money and, you know, not being able to, you know, be with my other siblings or come to their events because, you know, he was focused on me. So, you know, it's been a lot of sacrifice from, you know, not me, my family and, you know, my mother, my father, my siblings, you know, my coach and things like that. Back when I was an amateur, I wasn't making $1. So, you know, it's very humbling and that's why I work so hard and I stay focused and stay dedicated because I know just as much time that I put in this and sacrifice, is my family putting in much time and sacrifice a lot with me too.
Errol, congratulations on the win.
Thank you. Hey, you said Mike Garcia was gonna win too.
I did.
So you ain't forgetting nobody.
I watch everything. I told you that. I told Mikey that I watch everything.
I asked this of Richard. The bottom line is the other PBC welterweights. You know who they are? Sean Porter, Danny Garcia, Adrian Broner, and Keith Thurman. They've all fought each other. They have not fought you. In your heart of hearts, based on tonight, do you think any of them will step up now? And what about the second part of the question, the specter of one Terrence Crawford?
I think they will because, you know, the money right now. Like I always say on Twitter, you always see me post tables turn. You know, a lot of these guys didn't want to fight when I was calling them out when they 13-0. And you look at all them YouTube videos with Sean Porter saying he's not looking at me. You know, he never wanted to fight me. He wanted to fight Danny Garcia and things like that. But now, you know, everybody energy changed. And now, you know, guys want to fight me and things like that because, you know, I'm turning into the money man.
So what about Crawford?
We can get there too.
Hey, EJ, congratulations to you, Derek, Mr. Spence. How much fun were you having out there? Because it looked like you went to Orthodox for a second, if I'm not mistaken. I know you work on that in the gym. And was this the one-sided massacre you were looking for?
No, I was looking for the stoppage, but I mean, it didn't happen. But, you know, I was having fun in there. You know, I felt good, like I said, and, you know, just fighting at home and, you know, fighting in front of my family, friends, and, you know, my people from the city. you know, they was just, you know, it was great. Just have everybody come out and just a warm welcoming, and you know, coming out to, you know, local guys I grew up with, Yellow Bees and Tri-Boy Freddy, and you know, coming out with the Lancaster band, you know, so, you know, it was just great, just you know, getting that warm welcome in and just fighting in front of, you know, 40-some thousand plus of, you know, my fans.
Errol, Valencia King, KKVI VCTV, congratulations on the win. You just kind of touched on my question about the community support, but during the week you actually got to stand face to face with your supporters. What was that interaction for you like?
It was great. You know, just standing face to face with them, and you know, I don't get mad. You know, especially with a lot of, you know, Spanish people from you know, from Dallas. You know, rep for Mikey Garcia and want Mikey Garcia to win because it's understandable. Like, I mean, you know, Mexicans have a lot of pride. You know, and they have a lot of pride in their flag and, you know, in their ethnicity. So, you know, I respect them for, you know, going with their guy, just like me. You know, Andre Ward fight Kovalev, I'm going for Andre Ward. I mean, like Terrence Crawford fighting Americano, I'm going for Terrence Crawford. I mean, I'm gonna go for my guy just like they gonna go for their guy. So, you know, I respect them for that. And, you know, they was never distasteful. You know, of course, you know, sometimes I got booed and things like that, but it was never ugly or somebody saying something ugly and things like that. So, you know, I have nothing but respect for them, and hopefully, you know, I want them over as fans too.
And you may not consider yourself in a role position, but you have been fighting for the What would you say to people that do that kind of
I just tell them never get complacent, because it's easy to get complacent, especially when you start earning money and start getting a lot of notoriety. And, you know, don't let, you know, stay with your feet on the ground, because, you know, when you're that top amateur and people hyping you up and telling you this, and you win Prospect of the Year, and you beat people easily, you know, you can always get complacent and you know, stop training hard, or you get more money. Like Marvin Hagler said, he said it's hard to wake up when it's hard to wake up when you got, when you're sleeping on silk sheets. Yeah, on silk pajamas. So, you know, you have to keep that chip, or you got to keep that underdog mentality, and that's what I always keep. The underdog mentality. Even if I know I'm gonna win, I know I'm gonna beat this guy easy, you know, I always, you know, psych myself out mentally where, you know, I just find a reason, either on YouTube or anywhere, I find a reason why, you know, I'm gonna train harder and focus and things like that. So that's why a lot of times when I'm fighting my opponent, I watch things that they say, and it just psychs me out, and it's like, man, I'm gonna punish this dude.
Errol, congratulations. My question is, out of all the fighters out there, regardless of affiliation, who do you think is the one that's going to give you the toughest challenge?
Can't give him that. He won't give him that. He won't give him that. He won't give him that.
I don't think nobody. I mean, a lot of
He
y'all
won't
thought,
give nobody
you know,
that.
Mikey was gonna give me a huge challenge. I mean, I thought I guess I was just a big group or something. Just come forward, you know. But you know, I showed y'all a different element and you know, a different game plan. So, I mean, I really don't know. Like people like, is Mikey Garcia your hardest fight? I was like, on paper he is, but I really don't. You got to ask me after the fight, because I really don't know till I get in there with him. So, you know, I don't know yet. I mean, the Westway division is packed. I mean, you got Terrence Crawford, you got Sean Porter, you got Keith Thurman, you know, you got guys like guys. You know, you got a couple guys there, Danny Garcia. So, you know, it's packed and it's a loaded division. So, I mean, any of them fights can be tough, especially if you're not on your A game. So, you know, with me, you know, my job is stay on my A game, stay focused, and whoever I fight next is gonna be in trouble because I'm keeping my weight down now too. So it's gonna be, I'm gonna have way more energy. I'm standing around 160.
Question for Derek. In what ways do you think Errol showed that he was the superior fighter regardless of size and weight and strength?
Just with the jab, the way he controlled the tempo. It was the jab and the way that he controlled tempo. I listened to a lot of the interviews and I hear people say how intelligent he is and how good his timing is. And what I thought and I said to myself was that just keep the jab in his face so he'll keep thinking. So he won't even get the opportunity to react because he'll have to deal with the jab in his face. And that was just like really the key element because if you keep him busy, he won't have time to think. He'll be worried about getting away from the jab and that's really basically what happened. I mean, the jab broke him down, and that was kind of it.
Errol, you were really loaded up at the end of the fight. The pressures of, was there any extra pressure in this being a pay-per-view fight, and the way you performed in the ring and the way you wanted to put on a show differently maybe than other fights?
There was no pressure. Like I said, people add more pressure on you than yourself if you allow it. So, with me, we trained hard. I was, sparring 15 rounds and can't go on 30-second rest. Like I said, I sparred light heavyweights. I rarely sparred welterweights. Like, it was hard for me to find somebody his size because, a lot of those dudes, I stop. I beat them up real bad. So, I need somebody. If I'm gonna hit them, they're gonna hit me back. I need the more intensity and the thinking more than sparring the little guy. So, it wasn't hard at all.
You noted the very pro Mikey crowd in here. With this being a hometown fight, I mean, is that a chip on your shoulder now moving forward to make sure that the next time you fight here, it's a lot more of a pro Spence crowd than it is for the other guy?
I mean, it's like I answered before. I mean, I don't blame a lot of people, a lot of Spanish people and ethnicity. I mean, Texas, we have a lot of Mexicans here, and like I said, Mexicans are very powerful. They're proud of their ethnicity, and they represent their people. So I can't get mad because a Mexican American supporting another Mexican American. I mean, that's their ethnicity. So I can't get mad for the support. You want to get the
Mexican interview tonight. Spence fans. What's his name? Bring the Mexican.
I love them.
Tonight. He gave the Mexican fans as well.
Errol, congrats again, man. Just like Richard just said, so does that make you the ultimate A-side regardless of who you see? You're the new bypass, you're the new shot caller?
I mean, I leave that up to, my management. I can give two cares about A, B, whatever. Like, I come here to fight. It's when we fight, it's one ring, one ref, and it's me and you. So, you walking out first, me walking out last, I don't care. We both gonna get in the ring. We both gotta fight. So, I mean, of course, it's good to be an A-side because, there's more money on that side. So, for that aspect, yeah. But, I mean, I think I'm the A-side with a lot of these guys, because a lot of these guys can't, they're not selling, they can't sell everything. Like, even at Frisco, I sold out 15,000 plus, and that was with, somebody nobody knew. So I can't sell tickets, and I sold 15,000 plus by myself. So, I mean, this has been a great event, and like I said, I think going on, I am the A-side.
And you get the nail on the head, 15,000 at Frisco, 47 tonight. And this performance on pay-per-view, do you think you're officially now the new face of boxing? And is that mantle that Floyd left vacant when he walked away officially yours? Or do you think you still need some work to do?
Oh, no, I still got work to do. I still have a lot of work to do, man. Still, a lot of opponents in my weight class, and still belts out there, So I still got a lot of work to do. I still got to put on, more performances, more pay-per-view fights and things like that. So I'm not going to say I'm the best out there right now.
Just hold on quickly. I want to ask Mikey. Mike is here, so you guys can ask Mike questions as well. You can maybe wait, or you can sit down so we can that you can have both of these great warriors up here. As I said before, Mikey Garcia is and always will be a 4-division world champion. He's a great warrior. Tonight he really showed balls. I've never seen anything like it. A true warrior. And as I said, in the end of the day, sometimes you reach for the stars, you dare to be great. Sometimes you get it and sometimes you don't. But what is important that you try, because if you don't try, you won't get. And that's not just in boxing, that's in any walk of life. Welcome now, the 4-division world champion, Mikey Garcia.
Hey guys, what a show. It was great, great show. We had a lot of fans. I appreciate all the love and support. I fought hard. I tried to make history. I tried to move up in weight, and I thought I was going to be able to pull it off, and unfortunately it wasn't my way. You know, I gotta give credit to Errol. He had a great game plan. You know, he used that jab, that distance. You know, he knew how to control that very well. A few moments that I tried to make adjustments, you know, he had something in return. So, you know, he showed, you know, great boxing. You know, I tried to do everything I could to make my adjustments, but, you know, just couldn't get it off. But I'm still very, very happy with the performance. You know, I tried my best, and, you know, we worked hard for this. I really wanted to win it, and, you know, it just feel a little bummed out I couldn't pull it off. But overall, you know, it was a great experience, great show. You know, Errol Spence is a terrific champion. You know, the best in the welterweight division. You know, very strong. And I'm just very happy that we were able to put this fight together. This is what boxing needs. You know, two of the best pound-for-pound fighters fighting each other. You know, and that doesn't come often. You know, it doesn't happen often. So I was very happy that we could put this together. I'm sure all the fans, you know, were watching in excitement, and, you know, all the people watching on pay-per-view, I'm sure they all also got a, you know, a good treat from it, because, you know, it's not often that we get these type of fights, and that's what I want to give, you know, nothing but great fights, and I think we succeeded at that. So I just want to say thank you everybody, you know, for coming out, you know. Anything else, you know, we'll see what happens after this, but, you know, I thought it was a good show. Thank you.
You want to have a seat so that questions or ask Errol questions? Go ahead. Yes, please. Question right here.
Mikey, this is Jaime with All Access Elite Boxing. My question to you is, you know, you took this fight, as you stated, you fight for legacy. Your dream was to win you know, 5 titles in 5 different divisions. You went and aimed straight at the best fighter, pound for pound at 147. Do you foresee yourself in the future potentially fighting a Thurman, a Pacquiao, or even a Crawford, or even a Porter for that matter, in hopes of achieving your dream?
Well, I'll go back right now, talk to my dad, my brother, and make a decision. Right now, I don't have a decision made yet. I feel that, you know, there are other names that I could possibly, you know, get a title from, and I could still pull it off, but it wasn't possible tonight. You know, we fought the best welterweight, you know, the baddest man in that division, and we just couldn't pull it off. But we'll go back and see what options we have. You know, I could stay at a lower weight class maybe, or maybe stay there and go after a different title.
Mikey, antes que nada, felicidades por el corazón enorme, no solamente tú, sino de toda tu familia. Un momento en donde tu esquina decía, ya no más. Sin embargo, el corazón de guerrero mexicano que tienes te hizo ir adelante. Te comento que las redes sociales estallaron en México y con los paisanos aquí en Estados Unidos. Hoy te respetan más a pesar de la derrota. ¿Qué significa que la raza te siga apoyando en las buenas y en las malas?
No, gracias. Mira, en realidad yo estuve peleando lo mejor que pude, tratando de sacar la pelea adelante. Él es muy buen peleador, tenía muy buena respuesta para todo lo que yo quise hacer, y entonces hubo unos rounds donde me conectó bastante, y pues sí, la esquina, para cuidar al peleador, pensó que a lo mejor era tiempo de parar la pelea. Dije a mi hermano que no, yo estaba bien, no estaba lastimado, me conectó golpes, pues es boxeo. Boxeo, pero no me lastimó. Yo me sentía todavía con ganas de continuar, y pues sí, el corazón, yo pensé que yo podía todavía sacar esta pelea y colocar un golpe y lastimarlo y sacar la victoria. Desafortunadamente no se pudo. Estoy contento de que todo mi público me ha respaldado bien, se llenó de mucha gente que vino a apoyarme, y pues demostré que en realidad tengo para competir, para estar en estas divisiones, aunque no fue de mi parte, no fue de mi lado. A lo mejor hay otro campeonato que sí pueda conseguir más en el futuro. Ahorita no tengo planes todavía, pero eso lo veremos en un futuro cercano.
Rápidamente, me dijo recientemente Lomachenko, y ya estaba para Robert y para ti, me dice, si están en 135, si vuelven a esa división, lo estoy esperando, la pelea que mucha gente quiere.
Sí, en peso ligero es la pelea más interesante. En realidad una pelea con Lomachenko será lo más grande. Espero poder conseguirla. En realidad esa es una pelea muy atractiva. Voy a ver qué se puede hacer para negociar esa pelea, porque sí es una pelea que el público ha pedido bastante ya en un par de años. Pero como digo, no tengo planes todavía, no sé en qué división voy a estar. Hablo con mi papá, con mi hermano, y pronto les daremos una respuesta. Gracias.
Maybe quickly say that in English as well, since a question about what he thinks about the Lomachenko.
The first question, about the, the fight itself, I showed a lot of heart, and a lot of people now respect me a lot more for the way I fought, and for going against the best, and honestly, like I said, I tried, I fought well, I fought hard. At one point, my brother mentioned, maybe it's time to call it a night, or he doesn't want to get me, see me get hurt, and my dad also, but I wasn't hurt at any point like that. I got hit a couple of boxing, I got hit with a couple shots. It's the way it is. But I said no. Let me continue. Let me fight through. I can still pull it off. I felt like I probably still could. I felt like I could have one punch and maybe turn it around. Unfortunately, it didn't go that way. And then to the question about Lomachenko, I would love a fight with Lomachenko, but I haven't made a decision to come down to 135 just yet. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Let me sit back with my brother later and my dad, and we'll figure out what division I'm gonna come down. And if maybe I stay at 47, maybe I come down to 35. But at 35, that is the most interesting fight with Lomachenko, and I would love to take on that fight.
This is a question for Errol. This is World Breaker Fighting. My question is, pushing out all the politics and all the other things that are involved in boxing, what is it going to take to make you undisputed, to unify this division? A lot of fans are really clamoring for a unified 47.
It's just gonna take everybody to cooperate. I mean, we got Porter. He said he wants to fight. And then we got Thurman, who has the belt. And then the most difficult fight to be made is the Terrence Crawford fight. So I don't know how that's gonna get made. I mean, it's football to talk to my management, Al, and they come to agreement. But I think that the Manny Pacquiao floor fight was made. So I think that happened.
Congratulations, Spence, and this question is for Mikey. Were you surprised by Spence's power?
Look, he's got power. He does have power. I felt like I was blocking a lot of the shots early on, and I was trying to give him trouble by not landing shots. But then he started picking up the pace a lot more, and it was hard for me to keep up that defense. So shots started coming through. Like I said, at no one point did he hurt me and stun me like that. But he does have power. I felt good though. I felt strong also. I felt like I could also hurt him possibly, but it just wasn't there. He was slick and he avoided getting hit. And by the time I would try to come back, he had more punches on top, and it was a good fight. He put up a very good fight.
Errol, I remember you told me in our interview that you were going to surprise people because you do box. You are a well-rounded fighter. Going back to that, Mikey, were you surprised by that he could actually have the angles? He had ring IQ. He was not just a brawler, he was also a boxer.
No, I wasn't surprised. I know he has all those skills. Like I said before, he reminds me of myself a lot, because he does everything very well. Very good footwork, good speed, distance, timing, he does it very well. And he had an answer to every adjustment that I tried to do. When I tried to put a little bit of pressure and walk forward, he took baby steps back, kept that distance, kept that jab out there, and it was working for him, He used his distance and reach, very effective. And when I was trying to box on the outside, he knew how far to walk forward. He didn't get too close. He's very good. He reminds me of me. And, he pulled off a great game plan, and he had answers for everything that I tried to do. It just wasn't, it's not that I was surprised. I knew he was going to be able to do this, and he pulled it off very well.
We're going to let Errol Spence go. Did you have a question?
For Spence, yeah.
You had a question for Spence?
Yeah.
Okay, this is the last question for Spence here, and we're going to let him go.
All right.
Go ahead.
Hey, Errol, most people consider Terrence Crawford the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world, and you the best welterweight in the world. And most people were clamoring to see that fight. After a hell of a performance today, people are going to be clamoring for even more. Are you willing to go to Terrence Crawford, Amir Khan fight, to put more pressure on Terrence Crawford to make that fight happen next?
No.
All right, thank you.
Last question for Mikey.
What is he going to say?
One question for Mikey.
10 minutes.
Just last question for Mikey.
Yeah. You have everything possible. He's not gonna say nothing special.
Can you talk about the legacy, the unfulfilled legacy that's at play in regards to, you know, forcing yourself to take on the toughest opponent and pressing yourself to, you know, take the fight that may be uncomfortable, that your own, you know, family is telling you not to. And we know that happens with promoters and television networks as well. Being your own boss.
Look, in order to leave a lasting impression, you know, cement your name, you gotta go after the biggest challenge, the biggest fights. You know, if I want to protect the record and just fight, you know, contenders just to make a quick paycheck and keep moving on and racking up wins, that's not going to be something to be remembered, you know? I don't want that. That's not something that I wanted. I made it a goal of mine after my return to fight the biggest fight, the biggest challenges, so that people can appreciate, you know, who I am as a fighter. And that's why I took on this fight. You know, like I said, I wanted to, you know, establish that legacy. I was, you know, trying to be great, and I think I just, you know, feel that that's what a real champion needs to be doing, you know, and giving, you know, the greatest fights available.
Dare to be great. Dare to be great. That's what you did.
Hey, Mikey. Hey, Mikey. You said that you saw something in Errol Spence in the Lamont Peterson fight that led you to believe that you could beat him. Was it different for you in the ring than what you thought that you saw? Did you see those same openings, or was it, you know?
Look, I've always said, you know, it's not that I saw something in his game plan or in his, you know, holes in his game or anything like that. I just felt that I was better than him in everything that he did. And I tried to make the adjustments and try to work the way I believed that I could. But he had an answer. Like I said, he had an answer to it too. Whenever I walked forward, he boxed on the outside, which I knew he could box. But I thought I was going to be able to do it quicker. And he just, you know, had an answer, kept that distance. His height and reach, you know, the southwest stance always complicate things. I tried to make those adjustments. I just couldn't do it. You know, he showed me that he's a better fighter, you know, keeping that distance. I thought I was going to be able to, you know, maybe get on the inside at times. Then I tried to box on the outside a couple of times, maybe counter. I landed maybe 1 or 2 counters on it, but it wasn't enough. You know, he kept coming and at his distance. He wasn't getting too close to where now he's vulnerable. He knew what he was doing. I tried, I just couldn't. You know, he's big and strong and kept coming with a lot of punches, and he just didn't give me the time, you know. He had a great game plan.
Hey, Mikey. Congratulations on a great effort. Strength and conditioning coach Mackie Shillstone once said, when a fighter moves up in weight, he should stay there and not come back down. Do you think moving back down to lightweight to 135 would be in your best interest physically?
Look, even though I moved up in weight, I never ballooned up too heavy. I never went, you know, got too big with muscle mass or anything like that. We just added a little bit of muscle mass so that I could be at welterweight for this fight. But I mean, even weighing in, I was at 45 and a half. You know, I wasn't a big welterweight. You know, I feel I can come back down to the lower divisions and perform great. I don't think it would affect. I think if I decided to come down to the lower weight class, I could perform just as effective.
Mikey, quick question. Was there any time during the fight, as Errol is starting to really come on, that you said to yourself, boy, I'm really not a welterweight?
No. It wasn't never that moment, you know, or that thought. He just had a lot of endurance, and then he, you know, that strength, the size, obviously, you know, was giving me trouble. But you know, I try to box during those moments. You know, I try to stay on the outside when he did come on the attack, and I was blocking a lot. I was trying to block a lot of the punches, trying to wait for that opening, but he just wasn't there. Whenever I did let my hands go, after he was letting his hands go, he went down right underneath, and I wasn't able to catch him. He just fought a very good fight. But I felt strong. I felt good. I just couldn't pull it off.
Mikey, Eric Mora de Telemundo, antes de la pelea platicábamos y nos decías que en algún momento tu familiares, tu entrenador, te decían, sabes que no pelees contra él.
Sí.
En ese momento y cuando estabas arriba del ring, ¿te pasó eso por la mente? ¿Te arrepientes de haberte subido al ring, de haber sacado una derrota? ¿Y qué te llevas de esta pelea?
No, mira, no me arrepiento de nada, aunque pues por obvias razones muchos decían que no tomara esta pelea. Pero el que pues no arriesga, no gana mucha gloria.
yo arriesgué para tratar de conseguir gloria, para tratar de dejar mi nombre, hacer historia y pues desafortunadamente no fue de mi lado, no fue de mi parte. En la pelea yo estaba pues dispuesto a pelear, a eso vinimos. En un momento mi hermano estaba preguntando que cómo me sentía, que si a lo mejor estaba bien que la parara porque no quería quedarme golpeado. Un round que atacó bastante Errol Spence, pero recibí golpes y preguntó mi hermano, oye, no quiero que recibas tantos golpes, la voy a parar. Y dije, no, déjame, te enseño que todavía puedo, nomás no me la pares. Y peleé el siguiente round, hice un poquito mejor y me dejaron continuar mi pelea. Yo no quería que me pararan la pelea porque no estaba lastimado de esa manera, pero nunca corrió la idea de que a lo mejor pues tenía que haberles hecho caso. No, yo estoy contento con que vinimos a hacer lo que quería yo hacer, no se pudo, pero hice todo de mi parte, peleé bien, peleé como un guerrero que soy, yo no vine a enseñarles que yo traté de ganar, no se pudo, ¿no?
Mikey, you don't know me. I've been following you since you were 18-0. I've been writing boxing for 40 years for Mexican newspapers. I know your brother. And every time I used to run into your brother in Juarez, I used to beg him, do not let him fight at welter. All due respect. One of the reasons nobody mentions that, yeah, Errol looked good. Because he's a welterweight. You look, that's not your weight, my opinion, you look sluggish because of the extra weight. That's very easy. You go back to 135, I used to tell you, Brother Robert, tell him to clean out 135. That the main reason is nobody mentions that. You look sluggish because you cannot carry that extra weight. My humble opinion. Did I beg have many times, Robert? Why is not
Look, and I think you know his size also, you know, imposing that size on me was tiring me out little by little, and that's also why I felt a little
Mikey
sluggish.
beats a lot of top welterweights. I don't know what the fuck this guy is talking about.
Felicidades, Mikey. Soy Herrera por Dirección. Sin lugar a dudas, has ganado el respeto de todos los boxeadores previamente y aún ahorita más por completar las 12 rondas en esta pelea. Y habían dicho que esta pelea iba a ser una victoria para ambos boxeadores, like a win-win.
Sucede muy seguido en el boxeo donde dos campeones invictos, lo mejor libra por libra, se enfrentan. No es muy seguido, muy común que se puede lograr eso y yo pude ser parte de este evento. Es algo que el público agradece y en realidad, mira, para un ligero, que soy campeón ligero de subirme al welter, intenté hacer cosas grandes, no es fácil, no fue de mi parte.
Mikey Rager, what around the 9th, 10th round, I feel like you started fighting him more on the inside. Why was that? Did you feel that you were having more success in there?
You know, we were on the outside, like I said, a couple rounds, and he was dictating that pace and that aggression, you know, but at a good distance for him, and it was just giving me more trouble. And so at times we tried to get on the inside a little bit. Maybe I was thinking maybe I could land a punch in between his combinations, and he was letting his hand go a lot to the body and the head, you know, he was mixing it up, but I still felt that maybe on the inside I could catch him, you know, maybe I could catch him. I felt like I could have, you know, that opportunity, because he was, you know, getting a little open at times, and I tried and I landed a couple shots, but it just wasn't enough. I felt like maybe if I stayed on the inside, I would have a little more opportunity. I risk a lot more too. But I mean, if I don't do that, then I have, you know, zero chance. So that's why we wanted to fight on the inside a little bit, and I tried. It just couldn't do it.
When your brother, in between the rounds, said that, hey, maybe we should get out of here. What? I guess speak about like the fire it brought to you. I mean, you've never heard that before. You know, that's something very foreign in your corner.
Well, it's foreign, and nothing like that had ever been mentioned in my corner. But you know, they're looking for the best, you know, for their fighter, not just as a family, but my brother has a lot of experience, my dad has a lot of experience in working the corners, and they always look out for their fighters' health and safety, and so there was concern, hey, you're getting hit a lot, we don't want you getting hurt, and I told him, no, let me show you that I can still do it. I took a round off, and then just let me show you I can come back, and I did. I came back the next round, trying to do a little bit better, it just wasn't enough.
Last question, Dan.
If you could speak to, I heard what Mikey said about you in the corner and maybe the possibility of stopping the fight. Just in your words, in your perspective, how close were you to stopping the fight, and what were you seeing that made you decide that maybe it was time to call it off, and what made you allow him to continue the fight? Because obviously you got the final call.
I wasn't that close to stopping him because it wasn't, he didn't get dropped or get hurt where it was, it was right for me to do it. It was more about just, Errol just throwing, even though Mikey was blocking him, Mikey wasn't landing much, especially, I don't know which round it was, but it was a round where it was just too much.
8-9.
My dad told us, what are you guys waiting for?
8-9.
My son also said, no, look, he's not hurt, because we're talking in the corner, and my son says, he's not hurt, just let him go through the rounds, and when we talk to Mike says, no, let me continue doing the rounds, he's not hurting me, he's hitting me, but I'm not being hurt, let me just continue finish, the fight, go 12 rounds.
Robert wasn't used to seeing Mikey get hit like that. That's why he wanted to stop the fight. He wasn't hurt, but
got hit at that round where he was getting hit more than what we've ever seen.
Yeah.
But not enough to where he got dropped or was really badly hurt.
All right, thank you all, and give it up for the 4 division world champion.
You killing shit?
Ron don't stop, man. Y'all see, man. Salute to y'all, man. Salute to y'all, man. Smash the like button, man. No doubt, man. Appreciate y'all, man. The grind don't stop, So, you know what I mean? Salute to y'all, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Tried to go live at the fight, and technical difficulties held that up. But I appreciate y'all, man. Salute to y'all, man. Smash the like button, get the likes up. I'm tired, man. I'm beat, man. Salute to y'all, man. Yo, I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all showing love to your boy Blue, man. Always holding me down, man. Appreciate y'all, man. I tried to go live from the fight, but the service just didn't allow it to continue to flow correctly, to flow fluently. So apologies from me to y'all, man. But I appreciate y'all, man. Salute to y'all, man. Put them likes up, man. Smash the like button for your boy Blue. I'm tired, man. I don't got nothing left in me, man. Nothing left, man. Appreciate y'all, man. We'll talk more about this fight tomorrow or later on today, man. We'll talk more about it, man. But salute to y'all, man. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. I'm gonna introduce y'all to my man Keith. He gonna be starting. Let him know.
Boxing news today.
Boxing news today, man. It's my man Keith, man. I'm gonna be showing them the ropes, man. So do me a favor, man. We got 2,000 people here, man. Salute.
Fred back here right behind us too.
We got
news today.
You got my brother Fred, Barbershops Conversations.
Yeah,
Got y'all know what it is, man. We had 3,000 people here, man. We still don't even have 1,000 likes, man. Come on, man. Smash the like button, man. We out here 2 o'clock in the morning, man. Smash the like button. almost 2 o'clock, bro.
Man, it don't even seem like it, huh? Man.
But salute to y'all, man. I appreciate y'all, man. I'm out, man.
Hey, we love y'all.
Know who that
Continue to
is.
support my man Blue.
Yep.
He's the best. He's the bomb.
He's the best? Fuck you talking about?
Well, here we got another best right here, Fred. Hey, wait. Hey, Fred.
It can't be
That's
too
my
bad.
brother. Y'all know who that is.
I'm the best.
Barbershop
I'm the best.
Conversation.
I'm the best. Who's the best YouTube channel? Put Barbershop Conversations right now.
Who's the best, man?
Put it. Thank you, Sotelo. Thank you.
Look at
He's
him.
from LA. He's from LA, so now he's got to.
Yeah.
He said, I heard the best YouTube channel is
See?
Prodigy
See?
Boxing Talk.
See? I started a good argument.
Y'all know what it is, man. Look, Blue. You know what I'm saying?
Elbow, I'm blocking you.
Yeah.
I'm blocking you, dog. I'm blocking you.
Y'all know what it is, man. Salute to y'all, man. Oh, look at that.
Look at that.
Overwhelming, Blue. Overwhelming, Blue.
Yeah.
Overwhelming, man.
your boy
Salute to
Keith.
y'all, man.
Thanks, Hotel.
Boxing News
Appreciate
today. We
y'all,
love
man.
I see y'all
man.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we out, man. Salute to y'all.